I don't mind,
Okay.
I need a moment to
Yeah.
get my paper.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome, attendance.
Thank you. And has everybody gotten a chance to review the minutes? The March minutes? Any?
I need a moment.
Oh, okay, all right.
I thought you had it already.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, I left the house too quick. I didn't bring copies of the rule revision.
I have the most recent one, but I only have my copy.
I wonder, let me see if I can get additional copies.
Okay. This was the one that we distributed back in March. And Attorney Sala wrote and said he has no further additions.
Sandy upstairs make copies.
Thank you
There's
very
four
much.
make copies.
Thank you.
Yeah, that would be kind of, if I wasn't so dumb, we'd have the copies, you know? God. See, now if there's any doubt about why I resigned as chair. So, did you say that Attorney Sala let you know that he has no more?
Yeah, just at 1:30 today.
Okay, so what we sent him is fine with him? Okay.
Yep.
So, did he indicate that that would be the initial proposal that the department submits?
Yes. Oh, I'll read this again when we talk about it, but he said, I reviewed the rules as amended. I do not see any issues at this time. As I had mentioned previously, if at some point in the future, prior to presenting the proposed rules to the State Board of Ed, I see an issue, I will come to HEAC to discuss before making any changes.
Okay, so the reason I was wondering is if he was satisfied to actually put this in as the initial proposal, then today would serve as the day where we review the initial proposal. But we're not going to be able to, I mean, we can vote on it to recommend it to the commissioner,
Right.
but we'll have to see it again before, it's submitted to the board as the initial. No, I just thought of something. We could vote to send it to the commissioner and vote that we've reviewed it in the event that it becomes the initial proposal that no changes are made in it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to word that motion, but we could do that, then we wouldn't have to meet again.
Yeah, he does say he is looking, I will look to bring this before the State Board of Education this summer. So it would be good if we could do that. We could-
Yeah. So I will figure out how to word that motion.
Thank you.
And as I get started on the minutes here, you are Kitty Michelani.
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't think you have to record motions and what becomes of them. And if there's an extended discussion about something, usually you would say, discussion about such and such followed, and if there's some main point that everybody concurs with, put that, but you don't need to keep,
Highly
everything
viewed.
said.
Yeah.
Okay.
thanks to the recordings, we generally have everything online anyway.
I see, great. May I look at the roll
Absolutely.
sheet while we're waiting?
There you go.
Thank you.
And Helen will be here, she's just not yet.
We could go over the annual report,
Okay.
and take a vote on that.
Did everyone get a chance to read the annual report that I emailed out? Okay, any changes, addendums? Okay, then, if everyone's comfortable with it, I don't feel the need to read it right now. I've just been speaking with Angela, and I will most likely be reading this to the State Board of Education at their August meeting, which is the second Thursday in August. I don't know what time I will be on the agenda, but I will email everybody. It's August 8th. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll leave to the rest.
Thank you.
Another one.
I move that we accept the March minutes.
Thank you so much. Do I have a second?
I see.
Oh. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, cool. The expiring terms that are coming up, oh, I'm sorry. We don't vote on the chairman's, I'll save that till new business, is that okay, George?
What's that?
Voting on my report, the annual report for new
Yeah.
business, okay.
We can vote on that.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, can I have a motion to accept the chairman's report?
I'll make the motion.
Michelle Lavelle. Can I have a second? Any further? Okay. All in favor of accepting the report?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, report is accepted. Thanks, everyone. So like I said, I'll be presenting that August 8th at the State Board of Education. And I'll send out an email in case anyone wants to come. We have 3 people whose terms are expiring this upcoming year. And I will talk to the commissioner about that. I haven't actually spoken to them in person yet to see if they're interested in being brought back onto the committee. But the New Hampshire Homeschooling Coalition sent me some questions in an email today, and since their representative is not here, I will read them to you. We had a coalition board meeting on Monday. Amy Gall assured me the electronic copies of the annual reports were given to the DOE as is usual procedure. They should have any and all past reports, minutes, etc. So I had asked her to forward them on to me, just so that we have them as well, if she can, and then also keep up with the DOE and try to find them on our own, just because it seems like we should really have them all in one spot that we can access at ease, should we need them. But we're having a really hard time doing that. So we haven't been able to make sure that all the HEAC reports are all in one spot. The second thing she brought up was the fact that we have board members brought up a question about expiring terms on HEAC. We are confused as to why only one homeschooler's term is expiring in 2019, but 3 expire in 2020. And George helped clarify this a little bit. Generally, it's supposed to be 2 expire each term. But as one person left the council, the person who came on, rather than just filling the rest of that term, actually started a brand new term. So that's how we ended up having 1 and 3 as opposed to 2 and 2. So I have to talk to the commissioner about that as well, and I'll bring it up with him and just ask. George had a great idea of just doing a 1-year term to bring it back. And I don't know if that's something we need to vote on as a committee or just something we can go ahead with.
Yeah, I think that's actually up to the commissioner.
Okay,
But we could, we could take a vote to recommend to the commissioner that he take the necessary steps to realign the terms properly. We could do that.
okay.
If you think that's,
I'm gonna write down how you worded that.
Okay, I move that HEAC recommend that the commissioner do what is necessary to realign the homeschool terms properly so that two homeschool terms expire each year.
Can I have a second?
I second.
Fred?
I have a question in just a minute.
Yes.
Who requested that our HEAC reports be in one place?
Well, several entities, but right now I'm heading that.
Okay, you yourself, great,
Yes.
great.
Welcome.
Oh, wow, thank
We have a tree's worth of
I
things
know,
we
yeah.
together.
Appreciate it.
All in favor?
Fine.
Opposed? No. All right, motion carries to recommend to the commissioner that we realign the homeschooler terms properly on HEAC. We have several old reports that have been located, 1994 through 2000, 2003, and then 2006 through 2012. So we have a couple of holes that need to be filled. Does anyone here think they may have any of those back reports? Or Ellie, do you know where we might be able to find some?
No, in all honesty, I think because there's been, staff turnover, I'm not sure where they would be located.
Okay.
I can look in, I'm assuming anything that would be sent to Michelle, you would have a copy of.
Right.
And you have right to know anything.
Right,
But I can look and see in the few files that I have.
okay. As reports have been sent in past years, do they just stay in an email somewhere, or do they get printed out and filed somewhere, or has
I
that?
have only been doing it for a few years.
Okay.
Prior to that, I'm not sure what Angie had. Angie was actually doing,
Okay,
she retired sometime ago, was doing it for many, many years, and I'm not sure what her, how she went about doing it, whether it was in a binder or,
okay, so do you have some more recent than 2012 by any chance?
more recent than 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, there are
The newer ones
Yeah, the
should
newer
be.
ones you've got online. Okay, cool. All right, then there's really just a couple of them that we're gonna hunt down. Okay, great. Thank you. I forgot that there were some online. Thank you for reminding me that. Okay, the next order of business is equal access RSA 193(1)(c) as it applies to social events. And Michelle, you had kind of brought this up. Do you want to talk about it?
This is actually something Steph brought up. We were
Oh,
talking
Steph
about
brought it
equal
up.
access, but
Yeah.
Steph mentioned where exactly do these social events fit into the mix? Because the law says curricular and co-curricular, but if you read further into it, it mentions social opportunities. So this is the typical time of year that homeschool students have challenges accessing dances or special class field trips that they would like to otherwise participate in, and some schools are friendly to that and others are not.
And by law, they are allowed to.
Well, it's
Or
that.
it's a gray area because it doesn't.
Where is it gray area when it says in statute social opportunities,
Okay,
but it also says curricular and co-curricular? So where exactly, I personally have a strong opinion on it, but, because it says in statute, social opportunities.
okay.
I don't see what's so gray about it, but apparently some districts don't believe that qualifies.
I I know for some events, like at our high school, if you're not an enrolled student, you can't attend. And if you want to come with an enrolled student, then you need permission ahead of time, because they want to know who's in the building.
Sure. That makes sense.
So I don't know if that's affecting a homeschooler who's not enrolled in the school is considered somebody not enrolled in the school. But if there would be a process that they would want you to go through before that event, instead of just showing up at the event, but let us know ahead you're coming and let us just ask you the questions we would ask a guest of an enrolled student.
I have not had any of these questions addressed to me, but I know Steph has, and she was bringing that up last month. And I get the impression it's not just a matter of advance notice, it's a matter of participation, yes or no, straight up.
Like things like prom.
All kinds of year-end dances, even at the middle school level. Year-end field trips.
We've done away with those in SAU 16.
I'm sure there are schools that say no outside students
Sure.
can attend
Yeah.
those events, yeah.
It's more around security
Yeah.
issues than
Yeah, that would be
just
the reason.
denying access to kids. It's just like,
How does that qualify when equal access clearly says if you're a student of the district, it can't be more restrictive?
I mean, if you live in the district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a charter school student, a private school student, or a homeschool student, it says they shall not make more restrictive policies.
Yeah.
And that is more restrictive.
There's like a lot of things that could just be confused about.
Yeah.
How do, you know,
Maybe this is something
Form
that,
that's more restrictive.
you know, needs to be addressed.
Right.
I can understand why they would want, like, because you said, if a regular student wants to bring someone who's not in the school, they have to give advance notice and
Right.
answer some questions or something.
right, there's a form to fill out,
Yeah.
you know, just so they know who the student is.
Yeah. I would